Reviewers, we've been teasing it for a while, but the day has finally come. The Don't Be Dumb hoodies are officially here. Go to jbandbennybluereview.com/merch to order yours today. And now through Cyber Monday, get free shipping when you use the promo code THEREVIEW at checkout. Let's go.
Oh, yes. Reviewers, ladies and gentlemen, dogs, cats, all right, women, men, and everything else in between. We're back. JB and Benny Blue. We are back for another episode. And ladies and gentlemen, we hope your Thanksgivings were plentiful. We hope you didn't eat too damn much. Hope you got your fat asses up and did cardio the next day. Got back on this sexy, this road of sexy that we're on going to 2019, Benny. This train ain't stopped. All right, just let them know. You know what I'm saying? This train ain't stopped. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing more important than your health. All right, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Today in college football, ladies and gentlemen, all right, we're gonna get right into it. All right. My Southern Miss Golden Eagles became bowl eligible for the umpteenth thousandth time in our history, which is great. I appreciate them for that. But although my brother's team is nowhere near doing bad, right, I would never say that. I would never say that Big Blue is tanking or doing anything other than winning ball games that they should be winning. But today they fell short of their glory. As you hear that awkward silence from my disgruntled partner, we're going to go right into it, ladies and gentlemen, reviewers out there. We're going to go right into a new segment we've never done before. It's called The State of the Big Blue. Cue the music, goddammit.
Cue that music. In case you're joining us for the very first time, this is, despite our rearranging of the molecules, although it is nice to hear Big Sexy Bizzleman's voice open up this thing, because you already know I do my Tonight Show shit when I'm kind of getting this thing rolling normally. But as he mentioned, I am disgruntled here in the Bay Area, and for good reason. And we'll get to that real quick. If you're just joining us and you're wondering, why is this person talking right now sound like he's pissed off? Well, that's because you're listening to the JB and Benny Blue Review podcast. It's a fine audio recording, and we bring the heat every week because we are goddamn performers. That's what we do. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Castbox, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue for all your social media needs. And of course, now through Cyber Monday, all you Black Friday folks, I hope you have enough money in your motherfucking kids' college fund after you gave someone the people's elbow to get that new 55-inch flat screen TV. Because now, through Cyber Monday, you can get your free shipping with our patented Don't Be Dumb hoodies powered by Trends Collab. Go to jbandbennybluereview.com/merch. There you can click on the color that you want. They are 100% combined cotton unisex fitted hoodies. They look dope.
Yes.
And if you get it before...
Nice fit too, guys. Nice fit. Slim fit too.
And before Cyber Monday ends, use the promo code THEREVIEW and you'll get free shipping on your order. So that we just needed to make sure you understand what it is, because it doesn't matter if our team wins or loses. Damn it, this team is never going to lose.
We are still here for the people.
Because we got it. We're for the people, and damn it, we got each other. You know what I'm saying? Somebody start playing the Golden Girls theme.
Thank you for being a friend. Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend, Richard bitches. After sickness and health.
Yeah, man. It's, you know what I'm saying, through sickness and health, you know what I'm saying, it's my brother from another mother, always. And I feel his pain. As I posted our story earlier today, I don't understand what the fuck is going on in Ann Arbor, Michigan, but I do know what's going on, and so does my guy, Benny. So again, we're going to go to the state of the Big Blue. Cue the goddamn music. One more game.
Cue it. There it is. Now it's in. Now it's there. All right. So look, reviewers, here's the deal. And we're gonna get JB's. We talked about this in our Panda production meeting a little bit, as we always do. He's never one to bite his tongue, and damn it, I'm not delusional about my own squad.
That's right.
So he will provide his eyes, his coaching eyes of what he saw in terms of what happened in the game today. Reviewers, here's the deal. You heard this on a few episodes toward the beginning of the season, and a lot of this holds true. Now, there may be some different music behind this, but damn it, the sentiment doesn't change.
Right.
The harsh reality of my blue, the Big Blue, the maize and blue, the
Block
hails
M.
of the victor, the Block M up there in the A squared, the Ann Arbor. This is not an issue of talent. This is not an issue of will, of drive. You have a hell of a team in terms of the personnel on the team, and you have some great coordinators that are a part of that system.
Right.
And as JB alluded to here before the segment started, it's not that the team is bad.
Not at all.
All right? It's not that the team is bad. The issue is you're talking about a culture, and you are talking about a person who leads that group of men, be it the student athletes or the hired professionals asked to do a certain part of the scheme and the job as it relates to the team as a whole.
Right.
And the fact of the matter is that this particular person who wears khakis and he believes that milk is still good for enriching your bones and that cats are skittish animals or whatever the fuck voodoo shit he believes in.
Chickens, huh?
Yes, chickens. That's what it is. Thank you for reminding me. I knew it was some sort of skittish animal. And you're right. He has some phobia about chickens. That's neither here nor there because you understand the type of brain that we're dealing with. This particular gentleman is named Jim Harbaugh. He has been there for 4 years now, and this is a particular gentleman who thinks that the playbook is still trapped in the 1990s. What I saw today, JB, and you can tell me what you saw here after I finish my hopefully concise rant, as much as I can't take this shit anymore.
I can dig it.
A lot of running the ball and not making adjustments for what the defense is doing. There's nothing wrong with running the ball. You want to establish the run game. The problem is over these last few weeks, we've been lulled to sleep as Michigan observers or fans alike because we've seen changes to the play calling that have gotten the best out of their offense.
Right.
The problem is that they put so much on that number one defense, which is still a top defense, just because people want to, trash them and dig their grave on social media.
Right.
You already know that comes with the territory. If you're a good team, that's what comes with the territory. The problem is because of how the plays were called and them not opening up the playbook and not going toe-to-toe in a chess match of wits with the coaching, they allowed themselves to get beat. It wasn't the kids. I'm never going to blame the kids in that game because I saw them smack the shit out of some of those Ohio State kids. And they were making plays and they were stuffing a lot of plays. That's what I saw from my team. And the bottom line is this. I'm going to put it on Front Street right now. I alluded to it here in this past episode. And I didn't mince my words then. And I'm not going to mince my words now. Jim Harbaugh, you've done enough to get the program to a place where it needs to be, but the expectation was not you doing that. The expectation was you beating the teams like the Fuckeyes, like our rivals, winning a Big Ten title, and getting us back into national championship contention. You've had every opportunity to do that, and my friend, you'll always be a Michigan legend in some way or another, but it's time you hand the reins to somebody else. And there is people out there that know how to update the game for 2018, 2020, and beyond and get the most out of these players because it's not an issue of personnel. It is an issue of direction, and a day like today is painfully obvious of that.
Right.
God, I sounded articulate to this whole segment. I can't believe I managed to hold it together. JB, when JB called me after I had a production meeting, he called me during a 15-minute meditation session. Oh yes, that's right, reviewers. Your boy meditates, and Lord did I need it today.
You did a great job.
JB, what do you have to say about my squad and what you saw from them and what they need to do to move this thing on in the right direction from where they're at now?
Well, I'm just going to go from a coaching standpoint. All right, Benny. What I'm watching, first of all, from the offensive standpoint of Michigan, I'm watching an offensive line that's struggling to block a defensive line. All right, now a more athletic defensive line than they have probably seen all year. All right, not size-wise, they can move. And when you have a defensive line that can move, what you do is you move them. All right, you run line stunts and you bring one linebacker behind the line stunt. One of the hardest things the offensive lines are going to do, good offensive lines deal with it. But good offensive lines can move their feet. All right, let's be clear. All right. One thing about like Big Ten football, and I've always said, is like, you recruit them big old boys that play offensive line. They're great in the run, just like Wisconsin. All right. So if Wisconsin gets into a game where they have to throw the ball 45 times, they're not going to fare very well because them big old boys can't pass block. All right. So at this point, Michigan, they can't hold up in drop back passing because they're playing a defensive front that is more athletic than they're used to. So what do? Well, I'm the coach. I'm the offensive coordinator. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to move the fucking pocket. All right? I'm going to get the quarterback rolling to his right hand. I'm going to get some floods going his way to where he can go to read one. If it's covered, go to read two. And guess what? There's a man over the backside running a big post. All right? So that defense that Ohio State was running, where they were flying that safety back one high, we'd have beat his ass. All right? We're going to run some outside zone. We're going to run some trap. We're going to run some what we call what they crack. All right, we're going to bring a receiver in, bring a tight end in, and we're going to crack. We're going to run outside of them big fellas. All right, we're going to use their speed against them. All right, well, Jim Harbaugh didn't do that. All right, I told you in our patent production meeting, Jim Harbaugh right now, you said it in your rant, his mind, play calling wise, is still in the early 90s. I mean, the early to late 90s. The drop back pass, you do it every once in a while, but this game has evolved so much, and you have to make the game fun for the kids. All right. I saw a Ohio State team that was having fun, and I saw a Michigan team that was stale. That's what I saw. All right. Not that the talent-wise y'all couldn't hang with them, but I saw a stale Michigan team, and I saw an excited Ohio State team that was excited to do the things they were doing. They were having fun, And just be real with you guys, that quarterback that Michigan has right now, he's not very good. Just being real, he's not very good. But at the same time, it's catch-22 because he got put in a lot of bad situations, right? It's just not good. And like you said, Benny, before, it's time for a change. Jim Harbaugh has done a tremendous job in recruiting, and Michigan is always going to get those 5-star guys, those 4-star guys. They're always going to get them. All right, they're always going to get them because it's about that block M. Everybody wants to come play in Michigan, man, especially if you're a Midwest kid. You want to play in Michigan. It's just the history. It's the rich culture, all right? But they need some excitement. They need some youth. They need a different offense. They got that young quarterback, the kid that came in like in the fourth quarter. I forget his name, the black kid. They got that young quarterback. Hey, you better use him before he transfers. Right?
Real shit.
You better bring in an offensive coordinator who's going to have fun and use this kid. And trust me when I say, put him back there. He has a rocket for an arm, but he has that big butt and the big old legs. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get you guys in contention, and he's going to have you guys playing a different brand of football. If you can get an offensive coordinator that can use him and utilize him the way he needs to be utilized. Defensive-wise, man, look, y'all got everything you need. All right? It's just about that offense, man. It really is about that offense. And another thing, too, I guess defensive-wise, this goes back to coaching. What I saw was same thing Ohio State was doing. Like, you guys should do the same thing. Like, you guys are big thumpers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the one defensive guy, you got the white kid with the long hair who's supposed to be this pass rush specialist. I mean, they were hemming him up like fucking Gene. You know what I'm saying? Like, move the line, run some stunts, like, do some different things. Kids get bored, man. Like, it's real. Kids get bored, and I hate to say it because they're scholarship athletes and they're supposed to do their job, but they're just kids. You know what I'm saying? Professional guys, you can bang on their heads all day, but like, look, you get paid to do this. But these kids don't get paid to do this. All right? Make the game fun for the young men, and you'll get a better outcome. All right? So the block M right now, Harbaugh has to go. I said it, tweeted it earlier. Stephen A. Smith said something, and I commented with the bye-bye Harbaugh and the waving hand. Bye-bye Harbaugh. Time to go, but time to go. It really is. So happy trails to Harbaugh, man. Like Benny said, you'll always be a Michigan legend because of things you did when you were a player. You really brought back, personnel-wise, a lot of greatness back to you guys because you guys weren't getting those big-time recruits because Ohio State was taking them from you guys. But one thing Urban Meyers is doing that different, Urban Meyers recruits a lot in Florida. You realize that, Benny?
Yeah, he does. He also is probably going to, in the next 18 months, he's also probably going to say that he's having chest pains and that he needs to step away from coaching. Yeah. But hey, that's another conversation for another day, reviewers. You know what I'm saying?
So reviewers, you've got you've gotten our 2+2 about the whole situation. Bottom line is Harbaugh needs to go, and no ill will, no bad blood. Let's be real about the situation. I still like the guy as a person. He's one of the most interesting people I've ever heard about and met in my life. But he's just not right for Michigan right now. Who would he be right for? I don't know. If he's not willing to change the way he does things, I don't know if he's right for anybody in football right now. The game is changing. I say it all the time. The game changes from day to day, play to play. Football changes. And if you can't adapt with the game, you're never going to be good. You're never going to be good.
Yeah, that's real shit. I mean, Urban Meyer recruits well. Harbaugh recruits well. And then when it comes down to it, I mean, even Harbaugh has been willing to make changes in terms of different coordinators, bringing in a Don Brown who lives up to his name in terms of what he's brought with his resume. So, and what you were right. What I didn't see enough of was they weren't getting, I mean, one of the biggest fatal flaws to their game plan today is that they weren't adjusting to get a pass rush. Let's face facts. Let's face facts about a lot of these cats who come out of Ohio State. Dwayne Haskins is the next Cardell Jones.
Right.
He's going to go to the next level and be a practice squad guy. And that's really how it is for a lot of those guys. Because the thing about Ohio State is, if they want to get up for this game, hey, God bless them. That's what you're supposed to do. It's a very strong chance that they're going to go next week and they're going to lose to Northwestern because they have a way of doing that. They lost to Purdue this season and they got ran by Purdue.
You got smacked by Purdue.
We lost to Notre Dame and Notre Dame's going to be in the playoff. So Ohio State just has a way of doing that. They're going to talk all their shit this weekend and through the week, and then they're going to either get steamrolled by someone in the playoff or they're going to lose a week before in the Big Ten title. Yeah. So that's just what they do, and then their players don't really go on to do, you got a few exceptions to the rule. You got Michael Thomas with Saints, JT Barrett's already a practice squad guy. He's probably going to be out of the league. So, I take comfort in knowing that the players that we get typically go on to the next level and do better than the players that they get.
Right. So, they're definitely more professional ready than the kids at Ohio State, man, because that's one thing Jim Harbaugh does is that discipline factor is huge. It's huge, you know what I'm saying, with him, and that's one thing that I hope they don't lose. I don't want to see the kids getting in trouble and getting into mayhem, getting into bullshit. But either Harbaugh has to go, or Harbaugh has to let the offensive coordinator know that look, he has to fire an offensive coordinator that he has and bring in a young buck that's all about this college football is all RPOs and trick runs, and that's pretty much all it is. That's all it is. So if you're not adapting, if you're not doing things like that, man, like I was just watching the game, and I watched the game so much more in depth than the average person. And I'm like, man, they're not doing anything fun. They're two tight end stats, and they got these big tight ends, and they're slow as shit. Like, I'm saying, yeah, it's fine. You know what I'm saying, if you got a defense that can't deal with them. But Ohio State has athletes, man. You know what I'm saying? So they just getting hemmed up, and then they're dropping balls, and it's like, man. You look at the team again. I saw a team that was exuberant and vibrant, like you said, that got up to play this game, and the other one was just like, you know what, man, what are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I think that's the ultimate question to kind of put a bow on the state of the Big Blue is, reviewers, look, whenever you a rivalry game, something that means as much to you because you've grown up with it your entire life and you understand what greatness is because you've witnessed it and you have a certain expectation. Of course, it's going to suck, especially when you know in your heart of hearts that it should have been a different result. It wasn't that they were just a sorry ass team that walked in there and had no expectation of winning. That really was an opportunity to make a statement, and they didn't get it done. So ultimately, I just quickly was just going back to the history in terms of the last year of what they've been doing, and they've really been shuffling around in terms of who they have calling the plays. They get Jim McElwain, who used to be the coach of fucking Florida. He didn't, he kind of washed out there. Then they got his guy Pep Hamilton that came from the fucking Stanford days, and you got this dude Jim Bowman, who went over to, or not Jim Bowman. This is I'm thinking of somebody else. That's the dude's over at Michigan State. See, I can't even keep track who's actually the offensive coordinator.
They got you discombobulated, man. It's okay. It's okay.
Right, I can't even keep track of who's the offensive coordinator. So that's really what it is. Do you putting a bow on this? Do you think it's are we pulling the ripcord after we said everything we said? We laid it all out there. Are we officially pulling the ripcord on Jim, or is it needs to be a hardline decision on the offensive coordinator and the play calling and the offensive scheme moving from there? Gun to your head, what do you think it needs to be?
Honestly, I don't think Jim Harbaugh needs to go. I said that, out of frustration. I did, because I was like, man,
agreed.
The regime, the head coach is always the head of the snake. And of course, they're like, he's always the first one to you need to get the fuck on. No, I think Jim Harbaugh needs to swallow his pride and say, you know what, I need a young man to come in here who has an exuberant mind to say, this is what we're going to run, coach. We got the talent. We got the quarterbacks to do it. This is what we're going to do. It's going to make our team so much more unpredictable. The kids are going to have so much fun with this. It's going to be great. Defensive coordinator-wise, I think he needs to come up off his high horse, start doing some different things. Again, he didn't mix that defensive line one time. When I say mix, ladies and gentlemen, reviewers, I mean running games, ETs, TEs, EETs, like all of these other things. Like, you have to move around, move and groove a little bit. You can't just play gap football, 4 guys up the field in their gaps, linebackers here and there. You got to move it around a little bit. You got to give some confusion. They got to see different things. Hard look at who you got. Harbaugh, if they're going to keep you around, hard look at who you got as your predecessors. And if they're not getting the job done, then give them the fuck on, man, because you're gonna lose your job, and it's going to be an embarrassment. I honestly think y'all are 1 year away, especially if y'all get a great coordinator. If y'all bring in a great coordinator whose specialty is that run pass option shit, oh yeah. Yeah, y'all gonna be dangerous next year.
Wow, there it is. Nothing more to be said. Woosah, we let it all out. Mm-hmm. Reviewers, we love you. Appreciate you joining us. We are going to get into our patented live read here from our friends at MyBookie. Make sure you stick around because, oh baby, you're rolling in to week 12.
I was at 2. Shit.
Yeah, really time machine. In the damn time machine. Might as well, because everything is topsy-turvy, all different types of changes in the league, and we're going to get into that in our patented upcoming edition here of Savage Picks, right after the special live read from our friends and yours at MyBookie.
Word.
All right, reviewers, sure, watching football is fun, but it's more entertaining when you have some action on the games. Guys, you've heard us talking about this for weeks, and some of you are still on the sidelines. Whether you're an expert or a rookie, you should be betting at MyBookie.
Yeah, man. Now, if you're the kind of guy or girl that likes to bet a little and win a lot, like playing the numbers on roulette, you can create a big parlay. And what I mean by that is you pick 3 teams to win, and if you hit all 3, you can turn $100 into $600. That's right, reviewers. I said it, 100 into 600. There's so much to bet on right now. We got football, basketball, hockey, huge UFC fights, so much more. MyBookie is the one bet we know that you'll be happy with all year. We recommend these guys. Hey, we really trust them. MyBookie has been in business for years. They have great reviews online. And the mobile site is easy to use.
That's right, reviewers. Backed by popular demand, MyBookie will offer a 100% bonus for one more week this year. That's right. Have you been thinking about placing a pick all season but haven't manned up yet? That's right. Well, it's time to make your move. After Sunday's kickoff, you can kiss that bonus goodbye. Also, make sure to follow at BetMyBookie on Twitter or Instagram. They personally respond. They do to every mention and DM, not to mention that they've given away nearly $10,000 in free money to their followers this football season. You'll be the first to know as soon as new odds and props are posted. And let me tell you, some reviewers, they will post the most outlandish prop bets that I've ever seen, but they are hilarious. And hey, you can bet on them, so make sure you log on to MyBookie right now and don't miss out on your last opportunity to collect the industry's biggest bonus. Use promo code Benny and you'll get your first deposit matched 100%. That's promo code Benny. BENNY 100. MyBookie, you play, you win, and you get paid. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Simple as that.
Right, reviewers. That's right, reviewers. Oh man, we appreciate you rocking with us. We appreciate you, staying with us through thick and thin. Sometimes we got to go through a little bit of a therapy session, as you heard in our first segment in the State of the Big Blue. But now that we've got that out of the way, oh man, now let's get into some real motherfucking business. Because reviewers, we are getting to the point now in the season where we are finding out what's what with possibly your NFL team. And we had some Turkey Day delights and letdowns for this past Thursday for Week 12. But first, we got to see how we did with Week 11. And with a drum roll, please. JB, he's at 74, 71, and 2, and yours truly is at 82, 64, and 2. Let's see how we did. God damn it. Well, at least you got your squawks. You got the squawks right, as we both did. Cowboys are on a bit of a heater. My kitties last week got it done by the hair of their chinny chin chin on a horrendous throw by young Cam Farrell Hat Newton. Threw it over his receiver. Check Cars Colts got it done. The G-men got a win. We both picked the Redskins. And quick sidebar. Oh, man. Prayers up and thoughts and, all the good energy to Alex Smith. That's fucking brutal, my guy.
Man, that's fucked up, bro.
That's brutal. Same exact injury, for those who don't know. He got the exact same injury on the exact same day that it happened to Joe Theismann, who also played for the Redskins. Man, that's you can't really even write that in a Hollywood script. And Alex Smith has had to deal with a lot of shit, a lot of people underestimating him. He's never been like the greatest quarterback in the world, but damn it, he's been a good quarterback. And he's had a long career. And 34 years old, man.
Just got paid again. Pretty good.
Just got paid again. And as JB knows, as you get older, the two words, especially if you get banged up in your older age, as JB always says, is cap friendly. And, I just hope that he's in a position where he can bounce back. I mean, that's a brutal as fuck injury. It's a long rehab process, probably a good full year. So, just salute to, Alex Smith, who, can hopefully, like a true Hollywood ending, heal up and come back for one last ride.
One last hoorah, baby.
If he's willing and able to do it. Steelers got it done. Bungles, JB's Birdgang, and the Chargers all fell. I was kind of pissed at the Chargers, but hey, what do you expect? The Chargers have a way of doing this time of year. The Saints are marching into everybody's turf and getting it done.
Right.
No Bears are on a heater. New Orleans. Exactly. And the Chiefs, I'll tell you what, if you missed out on our IG story, follow at JB and Benny Blue, because JB will keep you up to date when there's a good as fuck game on. And I'll tell you what, man, there was a major fucking shootout that did not disappoint in the old City of Angels between the Chiefs and the Rams. And Rams ended up getting done, man, in a big statement win that they needed. So that was a hellified game to watch. If you missed it, you should definitely run back to highlights at least.
It was amazing.
Yeah, man. So that's what happened in Week 11, but damn it, we got to keep looking on in the future, and let's find out how it's been going down in Savage Picks Week 12. Cue the music. Let's go. JB, our work is a little bit easier this week because before we stuffed our faces and had a good old time and turned up with our family and friends, and if you're anything like me, ate to the point of regret.
Yes.
That's right, ate to the point. And remember, reviewers, follow JB's instructions from the beginning of the show. Enjoy the weekend, but damn it, make sure you get back on the program. It's a marathon, not a sprint, all right? Stay focused on your health and wellness, okay? But on Thanksgiving, we had 3 games to pick, and damn it, JB went 3 for 3. Why? Because my kitties had a letdown at home against the Chase Daniel. That's right, your ears are working correctly. The Chase Daniel led Chicago Bears. Wait, let's face it, man, they're playing well. And the Cowboys, when Alex Smith goes down, that's they had to face old Colt McCoy, sturdy backup, but he's not really a starter. Not really going to get it done with them. And how about them Cowboys? They're fucking 6-5, and hell, they're 4-1 at home, and they're probably they may fuck around. As weird as it sounds to say,
they're a wild card. Yeah. Might end up winning the East. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And the Saints mashed up the old Dirty Birds there at home. Stay 5-1. Yeah, man. Second line music. Get that gumbo, baby. We got a real trumpet for the show, reviewers. That was actually a real trumpet. That was Wynton Marsalis, actually, as it turns out. We flew him in. All right, Devin. Let's get to these games that we actually still got to pick right off the bat. It's the letdown. All right, JB, we're already off to a rousing start with JB's patent. Do I really got to pick this game? It's the 3-7 Jaguars visiting the 3-7 Bills, and the line is 3 for Jacksonville on the road. But I know it's gonna be cold as shit.
You know what, Jacksonville? You know what, Jacksonville.
Picking the Jaguars. I'm not. I'm picking the fucking Matt Barkley-led Bills. Bills Mafia, you always have a way of just dealing with depression every year. And damn it, you fucks are going to be drunk and all hopped up off that fucking 211 or whatever the fuck you drink up there in Buffalo. Power bombing each other through tables and shit. And it's going to be rowdy. There's going to be a snowball fight. I expect this to be an ugly as fuck game, limited offense. And I'm going to take the Bills at home. Fuck it. All right, JB. This one's actually fairly interesting. It's the 0-4 on the road Browns against the Bungles, and who's going to be back in the building for the Bungles? Why, one Huford Jackson, and the line is 2.5 for the Bengals at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals, man. They brought Hugh back in for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna tell all. He's gonna give them all the checks and everything else. So the Bungles will get this win at home.
Yeah, I agree. I think if this game were in Cleveland, I honestly think that the Browns would be able to pull it out.
Oh, yeah, without doubt. It's definitely a home team game. Home team pick, without doubt.
Exactly. And the Bungles, they're 5-5, and they need a win to really stay in the hunt, certainly at least for the wild card. So I do expect them to get that done. I'm expecting letdown later down the line, but right now they're going to get their win against their division rival. All right, speaking of division rivalry, it's the Pats, dude. The 7-3 Pats, dude. Going to the fucking Jets, Jets. Who's got the fucking Sam Adams, dude?
3-7
Jets, and the line is 10 for the Pats on the road.
Wouldn't take the line, but I'm definitely taking the Pats out in East Rutherford. You know what I'm saying?
East Rutherford. I agree, man. Pats aren't going to let down now, and they're certainly not going to let down against the Jets. Jets don't really have anything for them. Todd Bowles, he seemed like a sweet man. I think you're packing your box in your office. It's just the nature of the beast, and they may have to make a switch to try to get the best out of Sam Darnold, who's still banged up. So if I'm not mistaken, it is going to be Mr. Golden Hair himself, young Josh McCown. Whose daughter's like 22 or some wild shit like that. So that's fucking wild. All right. That's either here or there.
Here we go.
All right. NFC East matchup. It's the G-Men against JB's drafting team, the EAGLES Eagles. Two teams that have been kind of, one's, dare I say, on the incline. One is, Jesus Christ, man. They need to figure out who they are. But the line is 5 for the Eagles at home.
Yeah, I got to go with the Eagles at home. They're going to play a better brand of football than the Giants can ever play. Defensive, and I'm saying this because of the Eagles' defense, not really because of their offense, because they've been sputtering. So I think the Eagles' defense will show up big and give them enough stops to get the ball back to beat the Giants by fucking 5 points or less.
Yeah, that's a good bet. I do think the G-Men are going to play him tough. Eli's playing a little bit better. They're going to be able to establish a run game. I'm expecting some ugly up north football. But I do think the Eagles will get a much needed win to, stay in the hunt for something, including the division, because the division is now wide open given the Alex Smith injury and the way the Cowboys are playing. There's still plenty of ball to be played. So I'm going to pick the Eagles at home as well. All right, moving right along. It is the Big Dick Nick Mullins led 49ers flying into the old pirate ship, the Buccaneers, and the line is 3 for Tampa Bay at home.
Big Dick Nick, bro. Tampa Bay is starting Jameis Winston. They got turmoil going on. You got 2 quarterbacks, you have none. So I expect him to throw 2 picks. 49ers play very sneaky good defense. So I expect the 49ers to squeak one out down there in Tampa.
I agree. I'm going to pick the Niners as well. I think the Buccaneers have come unglued. I think there is a weird benefit to having a team like the Niners where you have good young players and you know that it's not going to happen for you this season, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to play hard. And to me, I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think, as you said about old BDN on a couple episodes ago, kid's a worker, man. Kid's an overachiever, and he's going to come to play. Even if they had no wins,
trust me when I say, Benny, the fact that he lost last week, I promise you that kid's been in the film room more than he's been on the practice field. He's going to know exactly what the Buccaneers do well, what they don't do well. Excuse me, shit. Oh damn! So the kid is going to come out prepared, and plus he threw 2 interceptions last game, inadvertently, because let's be real. Interceptions happen because of 2 things. Quarterbacks throw the ball to the wrong players, or they throw the ball to their guys, and their guys bobble it, boink it, and it gets picked off. That's what happened twice with Nick. But he puts it on his shoulders, and I promise you he's going to come back and he's going to play a very, very disciplined, very hard football.
Yeah, I agree. So we're both going to pick the Niners on that one. Moving right along, this will be, I think, a game to watch, certainly. It's the 5-5, 3-3 on the road Squawks. And there it is. I knew it. Cover your ears if you're afraid of birds. But damn it, you know who loves pulling the canary out of the cage? Well, it's the Cat Scratch Fever, and they are 5-0 at home, and the line is 3.5 for the Black Cats. Them Panthers at home against the Squawks.
Cat Scratch Fever. All right, they lost last week. You know what I'm saying? To Benzino's, you know what I'm saying, Kitties. All right, trust me when I say they're going to come back and they're going to play a hell of a game at home. The crowd is going to get up for this game. Black Cats are wearing all black. They must have heard me say it. All right, they're wearing all black, as I've always said we should wear all black. But, of course, the helmet's still going to be silver. But anyway, Cat Scratch Fever, baby.
Oh, and JB, I would like to send a personal salutations to the Panthers social media department for hearing our cry and letting the people know that they are too legit to quit. Damn it.
They heard us. They heard us. And that's not coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. That is people that are sneakily listening to the JB and Benny Brew review. Let's face it. All right, I am loved in the Carolina area.
Damn right.
I am alumni for the Carolina Panthers, and they have a hell of an alumni system, and I commend them for that. They always checking up to make sure they got the right information, the right numbers on people, so on and so forth. If you want to go to a game in Carolina, you're alumni, they're going to roll out the red carpet before you're going to be on the field. They're going to make sure you're in a suite and all these other things. They're going to take care of you. So shout out to the Black Cats. Cat Scratch Fever in full effect. Hey, getting the W over the Squawks.
Let's do it. Raiders. The fucking Derek, I want to fuck up the draft for everybody.
Fuck the Raiders,
car at the Ravens, and the line is 10.5 for the Ravens.
Fuck the Raiders, man. Ravens.
Bow. That's right. I know the names sound similar, but he said Ravens, and I'm saying the Ravens as well. Ravens need a big statement win to stay in the hunt for their division and for the playoffs. Raiders, get your fucking realtors ready for Henderson, baby. That's right. Start looking at some properties. Start looking at some new leases for cars. You know what I'm saying? Places, where your kids can go to school, and who's a good dog walker, and who's a fucking nanny that you can trust. It's not going to take the fucking change out of your drawer. All that type of shit. Right? Oh, bow! That's right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, moving right along here. We're both picking the Ravens. All right, it's Bizzleman's Birdgang going here to Carson, which I did not know, JB, that their field is called Rocket Field at StubHub. All right, Chargers. It's a good thing that you're only running that place for another couple seasons. Good God Almighty. However, the line is, despite their ridiculous name of their playing grounds, the line is 12.5 for the Chargers at home. JB, tell the reviewers how your Bird Gang gets it done on the road.
Okay, so first of all, Rocket is spelled R-O-K-I-T. All right, field
lowercase I.
Yeah. So my Bird Gang is going to do two things. They're going to get David Johnson the ball. They're going to get 13 the ball. Okay. At this point in time of the year, this is when the Chargers do what the Chargers do. They fuck up. Yeah. We're going to take advantage of that. Bird Gang all damn day. All right, we're gonna escape out of there by the hairs of our wings. All right, and we're gonna come on back to the desert with a W.
The wiggy wing wings. Oh man. You know, if they didn't lose to the Broncos last week, I would be there with you. I think that they learned from it. They're gonna, I'm sure that they've had a decent week of practice, and they can right their wrongs. You know, the Broncos aren't a terrible team. They're not a great team, but they do some things well. I think this comes down to just a little bit more firepower. I'd love the Birdgang to come get a win. Chargers are fucking. There's bipolar. There's bipolar. Forget to take their medication as it gets. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it comes a week too late for the Birdgang, and I'm gonna pick the Chargers as much as I would love the Birdgang to get it done. Yeah. All right. Speaking of the team that beat the Chargers, it's the Broncos hosting the Steelers, who are undefeated with a tie on the road, and the line is a field goal for Pittsburgh on the road.
I gotta go with Pittsburgh, man. Their defense is really heating up, and the run game with Connor is doing well. AB is gonna get a couple deep ones. Hey, Steelers are just doing what the Steelers do, man. The Steelers and the New England Patriots, just this time of year, you can just pretty much count on them to start heating up at this particular time of the year. Look, teams that play well in November, all right, get it done in December, and they go on in January and play ball. That's kind of how it goes. So Steelers they're heating up right now. I'm not even saying they're hot, man. 2 more games, this is going to be like unbelievable. So they're going to start right now, and will continue right now their hot streak, and they're going to beat the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree. This is one of those that kind of gives me an itch to pick the Broncos to play spoiler. I don't see that happening. I do think the Steelers are going to be on some bullshit in the first half. I'm just projecting that, but I do think that we'll have enough firepower. Old Mike Tom will have enough in his bag to get it done with the talent that he has, particularly on offense. And you can't really sleep on the Steelers' defense either, man. They got some playmakers, and they can play stout when it counts. So I think they're going to get it done as well. All right, moving right along. It's a couple 5-5 teams that, as we referred to in our last episode, these motherfuckers need to decide if they're legit or they need to quit. And this may be a loser leaves town game. It's the Finns going into the Colts, and the line is 7.5 for the Colts, who have Andrew Luck playing some good ball there, fella.
Yeah, playing some good ball, man. I'm just going to go right on out and say Colts going to win the game. I ain't giving no reason. I'm just telling people Colts going to win the game.
Yep. Now there's a man who is getting ready to eat his food and who's enjoying his Hennessy, and he wants to keep it simple for the reviewers, and I agree with him. I think the Colts are going to win, and they are going to win on the back of Andrew Flip Phone Luck. That's right. They're going to get it done. All right. Sunday night game. It's the bad man with the cheese eaters. It's the 4-5-1 and 0-5 on the road Packers going to the big old glass house. Word to groundskeeper Willie.
Word to groundskeeper
Vikings. And the line is 3.5 for the Vikings. But in the words of Oldie Corso, not so fast, my friend.
Not so
what
fast.
What say you, Bizzle man?
All right, look, Minnesota. Still issue. Now my thing is, I have to say this about the Packers. Their defense is so fucking iffy. You never know who's going to show up as far as defense goes. But one thing I do know, the Packers are running the ball well. So the good mix of run and pass for the Packers. I just feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to outplay Kirk Cousins. Bottom line, and the Packers are going to get.
I agree, man. You want to talk about JB reference about how teams play in November and on through December and January. Even when the Packers, who have been doing this year after year, it seems like, where they have a very rocky-ass start and they have internal drama and you hear all the headlines and all that crap. They have a way. It doesn't always end up in any pay dirt in the playoffs, but damn it, they have a way of making a run over the last 4 to 6 weeks. And I think, unfortunately, I believe that starts now. And I do think that it's going to come down to a battle against a guy who deserves the money and a guy who deserves to be a starter, but probably doesn't deserve the overpaid Brinks truck that they got. And I think it's going to show, like it did last week against the Bears, who have a very superior defense, certainly to what the Packers do, because they tend to show up week to week, as JB was talking about in terms of what the Packers do. So I'm taking the upset too. Yes, technically it's an upset. And JB, I have an idea for us.
Sure.
Why don't we be like a charming gay couple? Pause, and we both put our stamp, our my bookie bet of the week on this game. What do you say? Are you with me?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna make my bookie bet of the week the next game.
No!
Texas and the Titans.
Well, damn it, this is mine. So there we go. We're both picking the Packers, and you know what I mean? It's fine. It's all right. You know, he's just out there. He's just out there in Phoenix, about to eat some fucking primo salmon. Drinking his heavy. And I'm in the middle of the hippie fucking East Bay area burbs, getting ready to do some comedy shows, all by my lonesome. And I was just trying to have a bonding moment with my brother. And it's fine. You know what? It's fine. You know, because damn it, he's got priorities. So we're moving into it. It's Monday Night Football. It's the Titans at the Texans. And it's 6 for the Texans, but who's your winner and thus your my bookie bet of the week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Titans. Their defense is playing hellified ball right now. I know the Titans have weapons. What's the kid's name? I can never think of Hopkins. All right, DeAndre Hopkins is a deep threat. I understand that. You know, Sean Watson, the quarterback, he can always take off and run. But these are two very evenly matched teams. And what separates them, honestly and truly, is the Titans' defensive backfield is more healthy, stronger. They play the ball better. Butler. They have the best red zone defense in the league. All right. I know that their record doesn't tell it, but they do. All right. So I'm going to go tighten up. I'm going to tighten up on them in the H-Town. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, H-Town. Tennessee going to get it done.
Well, I'm going to pick the fucking Texans to get it done at home. It's got to start sometime, Texans, where you decide that you are, in fact, a legit team. And I do think it starts this week. It's your division. It's your division to lose. You got something to play for. Bill O'Brien, get your boys ready to play because it's a primetime game and it's really going to show, you know, the culture of that squad you got, depending on how they show up for this game. You know, you definitely have to get some good ball out of Deshaun Watson. You got to get some good stuff out of their playmakers, and that's what it's going to take to win. Because the Titans will make it ugly. There's no doubt about that.
They love to win ugly.
Yeah, they do. You know, I think it will actually end up being a sneaky good game. I do think the Texans can find a way to get it done at home. All right, viewers, that's Savage Picks for Week 12. We will see who's right, who's wrong, who's both right, who is both wrong. And that's it, reviewers. I will give you where you can listen to us and where you can find us, and then I will let the big man take us out with any final thoughts. Again, you're listening to the JB and Benny Blue Review podcast. Make sure to follow us on all social media at JB and Benny Blue. Go to jbandbennybluereview.com for all past episodes, and put a /merch behind that to get your patented Don't Be Dumb hoodies. The sale for your free shipping using the promo code The Review ends after Cyber Monday, so go to jbandbennybluereview.com /merch. Again, you can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, CastBox, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Make sure to subscribe wherever you're listening, how you may be listening. We love you because this is a review, and we're for the people. Bizzleman, any final thoughts? Take us on home for the reviewers as they enjoy the rest of their holiday weekend.
You know, one of our followers, you know what I'm saying, one of the ladies we follow, Miss Sarah Haitamini, I hope that's how you say her name, but she's a homie, all right, from 24 Hour Fitness out there in North Hollywood. She posted something on her story that says, you seriously have no idea what people are dealing with in their personal life. So just be nice. It's that simple. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, hey, it costs nothing to be nice to someone. And it's a true fact that you use less muscles in your face when you smile than when you frown. All right, so reviewers out there, wear a big fat cheesy smile. Be nice to those. All right, treat others how you want to be treated. We love you. We appreciate you rocking with us, and we will see your ass next week.
Bow. That's it. We love your reviewers. It's the JB and Benny Blue Review, and we out.
Peace.